Okay, so I really don't know how to begin this video. I don't know if you guys can hear my song's playing in the background. I just wanted some background music just to help me flow. Um, this topic is a little difficult to talk about, but okay, so there's so much information, I don't know how to get it all out, so just try to follow me here. Yesterday I live streamed, okay? There's this dude, I'm not gonna say his channel's name or whatever, but this dude basically he has his own psychedelic beliefs. He's a part of this like psychedelic religion thing or whatever. I don't know if it's like the Inner Temple of True Light or something like that. Or there's a few sects of this religion or whatever. My problem with okay, so in the live stream yesterday, I kind of noticed that the dude was trying to convince me his ideas, his beliefs. And as I was talking, I was in this, I wouldn't say, it wasn't an argument, it was a debate. And I love to debate because I love to bounce ideas back and forth between me and somebody else because I don't want to be right. Now, this is the issue this is what I wanted to talk about. I don't want to be right. The shit that I say is not knowledge that I think is correct for you. It's not that I don't think that DMT is what happens when you die. I've just smoked DMT enough times to believe that DMT is what happens when I die. All the light beings and entities I've met in the DMT world, all the experiences I've had, I have my own ideas of what the universe is for me. I have an issue when somebody is trying to... I don't have an issue with somebody trying to convince me that I'm wrong. Please, all of you, try to figure out whether I'm fucking insane or whether I'm correct or whether I'm fucking close, or maybe you have part of the answer and I have only a small sliver of it and you can put your part and my part together and we got the whole fucking thing. But I hate when somebody claims they know what's best for everybody. I know that we're all going to have our own different psychedelic ideas. I understand that we all are individuals and we're tripping balls and we have our own ideas of what's happening when we're tripping balls. We have our own experiences and everyone's trips are different and everyone's tripping for different reasons and everyone has different knowledge in their head, so I get it. I understand that when you're religious and then you do psychedelics, it causes an attachment issue, that you can end up being attached to your own ideas the same way that humans are attached to the false reality. Like the false reality of like humans say, you know, we're living in a matrix and all this other shit, but like, you know, there is a world that has been something that's been pulled over our eyes to keep us distracted and keep us brainwashed, and that shit is real. But you can do that to yourself. The same thing that happened to the human species, about the human species getting brainwashed, what they teach us in school, how they teach us how to be worker bees and not queen bees, how they teach us how to be, like, we're being bred to something, we're being taught to be something, we're being created into something, you know, with the way our society is structured with families and schools and colleges and jobs, and we're structured to be something. Now, you break out of that, and then you structure yourself to be something, but then you can get so attached to what you structured yourself to be that now it's like you are kind of stuck in this thing that you have created for yourself. Programs that might not actually serve you because you wanted to break out of the programs of the society to the point where you build your own programs. And that's what I did. That's what all of us are trying to do, right? But there's a problem when you try to tell me your programs are better for me than my programs that I've created for me, or like, I don't know, it was this. And then okay, so I follow a bunch of psychedelic YouTubers, like, I mean, like, I've been following psychedelic YouTubers since 2013, 14, so like every psychedelic YouTuber, big person you can think of, I've watched their channel. I've watched probably hundreds of videos of them if they have it, and yeah, I just like to learn from everyone else's experiences or whatever and learn from their perspective of this journey, this thing. Something that I've noticed, even people who I would say are fucking professionals, like people who have went to the retreats and made friends with the actual shamans and traveled and have these experiences and have so many things under their belt, they're scared to say they know something because they don't want to end up like that guy. Like the guy that was trying to convince me and convince everyone else that he had the right answers, that he was correct, and everyone else is just brainwashed or everyone else is just delusional. This is why I don't agree with the whole NPC thing. I don't like these ideas. because you're putting someone else down just because they don't know, just because they're not woke. Like, if that's the case, every last one of us that are quote unquote woke, we were all NPCs at one point. I mean, when did you become woke? When did you become not an NPC? Like, you know, when your mom and dad were raising you to be just a normal ass human being, and then you decided to trip balls once and you're like, yo, those people over there, they're NPCs. Why? Because they haven't tripped balls yet? They haven't seen something yet? That don't mean they're NPCs. I don't like these ideas. I think the ego is such a fucking trickster that it's tricking all of us. Like, the ego tricks, like the YouTubers I was talking about that are like, I would say professionals, more professionals at this shit than me. Maybe, like, I don't know, I have a lot of self-experience and self-taught things, but people who have actually learned from real shamans, if you done tripped with a real shaman, like, you have some experience that you could say, but people are scared to say because they care so much what other people think about them. Even in like psychedelic YouTubers, they don't want people to think that they're ego. But to not have people think that your ego is your ego tricking you to not be who you were meant to be. Like, in the video, in the live stream yesterday, I explained, I just got a message. But in the live stream yesterday, I explained that, I forgot what I was talking about. Goddamn message. But basically in the live stream yesterday, I was trying to explain that, so before my psychedelic journey, I used to, like, give people DMT or whatever, and it was like before I guess my journey began, but before my YouTube journey began and my video thing began, I was giving people DMT and smoking it with them, and I would host like these little, I would call DMT parties, and I would make a joke because I would say, my parties are so quiet you wouldn't even know there was a party going on. Like, y'all would be freaked out if you went to one of my parties. You walk in and you see like 5 people in the circle just on their backs, laying back, you know, quiet, traveling, every person traveling. And that's why I used to call myself a modern day shaman, because I had this idea to reinvent the word or the idea of what these things are, because they're not real. These are just ideas. And as soon as I had ideas and I started speaking about these ideas, people judge me. People judge because they say, oh, you're not a shaman. You've never drank ayahuasca with a shaman, yada, 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 yada. But even there is no shaman. And even, so I was talking to my friend, and like, she was explaining, like, even shamans had become ego. Like, because I was watching this documentary about how the shamans were talking about the cities are like these machines that the humans created that end up sucking their souls dry, that humans live near cities so that they can work for the city, and in a sense they're giving their soul and power and energy to the cities, and then they wonder why they're sick, depressed, anxious, whatever, and the shamans were just sitting there drinking their ayahuasca thing, doing some snuffs and laughing about it, like kind of having a laugh about how you know, then the white man comes to the jungle trying to drink the ayahuasca with the shaman to heal them from their troubles, and then the shaman's giving the ayahuasca, charging them thousands of dollars, and it's an ego trip. Like, I don't think, we think shamans are some fucking holy men, or we think holy men are holy men, or we think the holy men are any different than me or you, or any, the homeless man on the street is no different than Buddha. The fucking, it's all the same. So this is why I originally started calling myself a modern day shaman, because I seen through the bullshit. I seen that nobody knows what they're talking about. Just because the shamans have been using this tool for thousands of years doesn't mean they're actually, like, I don't know, there's nothing special about them. There's nothing special about the Native Americans. There's nothing special about them. Just because they discovered the ayahuasca, that doesn't make them special. Like, I don't know, Albert Hoffman discovered LSD and created it. That doesn't necessarily make him special. Like, there are humans that mastered LSD more than he has. So, like, it's not, I think we're so attached to trying not to be ego that we become ego, or trying not to, and to get back to whatever. And I don't want to make this video seem like I'm putting that dude down, because I fucking love the fact that there are humans that have dedicated their life to the journey, dedicated their life to this shit. That it's not some joke, it's not some trip, it's not some whatever, it's an actual journey and traveling into another dimension, and it's actually real to other people, just like it's real to me. But the problem is, I don't ever want to make it seem like I am like So guys, I done smoked DMT hundreds of times, and you guys need to believe what I believe, because Mother Ayahuasca, it is real, it really exists, it's real, and it's real for me, it's real for you, it's what happens to all of us, and we all are this, and this is that, yeah. Like, part of that is real. Like, yeah, we're all one, we're all whatever, but I will never let my ego try to tell somebody that I know what's best for them. That is the most egotistical thing ever. And then to think, well, if they don't understand what I'm saying, then they're just fucking stupid, or they're just an NPC, or they're just they're not one of us, right? They're not meant to understand because they're not one of us. I hate that shit. There's nothing special about me. Like, nothing. There's a reason why I make videos the way I make. I make videos when I'm sad, so I cry, and I make a video about it. I explain all my failures. I explain all my insecurities. I explain just everything, because I need to show that I'm just a real fucking person. There's nothing special about me. The only thing that makes me different is that, I don't know, I trip balls, I do what I want, and I try to remain humble about this shit. Where it's like, I was just talking to my friend earlier, and said, she was like, well, sometimes I kind of feel weird telling you something, because I'm like, I know you probably already know, you probably already researched it, or read it, or you already know. And I had to tell you, like, bro, I don't care if I've researched it 1,000 times, I will always want to hear it from your perspective. Always. And it's that thing that I don't care how much, like, maybe I am correct, but I don't give a fuck about being correct. I still want to learn more. I still want to be analyzed. I still want me to be analyzed the way I analyze everyone else. The way I analyze all the information I come across. I want other people to analyze the information I come across. And that I say, and whatever. And I only speak from my own experiences. That's why I'm like, whatever. I've learned to never open my mouth unless I've researched something. Like, that's why my friend said that because she knows that I don't talk about things that I don't know, that I haven't researched, whatever. So, like, if I'm talking about a topic, it's because I usually know a lot about that fucking topic. But I still want to know what you know about that topic, even if it's the same information, even if it's the same words, because it might make more sense coming out of your mouth than it did coming from my own mouth, because coming from my own mouth, I can't see it, I can't hear, like, I don't know how to explain it, but that's why I like listening to everyone's perspective on the psychedelics, everyone's, that people who, so, like, just because I don't believe in something, that doesn't mean I don't want to hear why you believe in something. I just don't want to be told that I'm an idiot just because I don't believe what you believe, or I don't want to be, now, in person, I don't give a shit, right? Because I know in my personality, I'm strong in my own thing. But the thing is, I just feel like other people, right, who are in the beginning of this journey, their own psychedelic journey, we're all on planet Earth to start a fucking spiritual journey, to do something with it, to learn, to grow, and to become the beings that we were all meant to be. But you are not in charge of making someone else become who they were meant to be. If you have psychedelic knowledge, or if you think you know something that could help people, then actually help people. Don't criticize them, or don't whatever. Because even this, I started saying I'm a modern day shaman. People started looking at me funny, because they're like, oh man, he's not dancing around the fire, and he's never drank ayahuasca, and he's never whatever, he can't be a shaman. Who the hell are you to tell me what I can't be? Like, I am whatever I say I am. I am, right? That is some powerful shit. I am. That's some real shit. And I am. Not I know what you are. And that's what we need to be focused on. It's okay to spread your knowledge. It's okay to, I don't know what people want to do. Maybe you trip balls and you want to start a religion because you're like, well, this is more real than the fucking religions in the past. And maybe you're right. But if we're going to start a psychedelic religion, guys, let's not do it the same way that the fuck-ups did. Like, the Christians, had the Crusades, which literally forced millions of people to try to become Christian or die. Like, how many religions do that? Like, it's like, you either convert or die. You convert or you're fucking stupid. You convert or you're going to hell. You convert or you're wrong. You convert or you don't know what you're talking about. Or I don't want anyone to convert to anything I'm fucking saying. Like, if you have any, if even there's a sliver in your head that what I say might be real, might be true, then that's up to you to go on your own experiences and to gain a relationship with the same thing that I have a relationship with, and it's the same way that I gain the information from. That, yeah, I heard Terrence McKenna talk about this shit, and I heard all these other people talk about it, but that was nothing compared to actually meeting it and getting to know it and then getting a relationship with it. And it's that I would never expect you to understand what I am talking about when I'm saying I have a relationship with the psychedelics. I have a relationship with the plants. Just like I have a relationship with my mother or my daughter or my friends or my, like, whatever. I have a relationship with these things. They're my helpers. They're my friends. They're my teachers. But that don't mean they're your teachers. I got information from using them. They've taught me. They've helped me. Now I just speak the same information that they taught me and helped me with. And I don't ever want this to look like, because that fucking religious thing bothered me. Because, like, I was like, damn, I don't ever want to be religious. Like, I don't ever want to be, I don't want to be sitting here screaming, hey, DMT is the Almighty, we're going to pray to it. No, I don't think you should worship anything. You shouldn't worship idols. You shouldn't worship humans. You shouldn't worship gods. You shouldn't worship psychedelics. You shouldn't worship plants. You shouldn't worship shit. You should worship yourself. You should worship your future self. You should worship whatever. But, like, I don't know. I just think this is why a lot of big psychedelic YouTubers don't claim they know anything. But I think that's a problem. Like, you understand how much understanding we would have as a whole fucking planet if we would all drop our egos for 10 seconds to actually listen to each other? To actually listen to each other. Like, not just read and then be like, oh, well, you don't understand because I just read what you said and you apparently haven't tripped long enough to understand what the fuck you're talking about. All this other shit. And it's like, that's ridiculous to me. It's very, I don't know. But I also understand psychedelics. I've tripped so many fucking times. I understand psychedelics can put weight and strain on the mind. So, like, if somebody is already attached to ideas of Jesus or attached to all these ideas already, and then do psychedelics, you have risks of just more attachment. And the best thing to do when you're using psychedelics is to go in it with no attachment. Not even the attachment of your own ideas. I don't care if you've been doing this shit for 40 years and you think you know everything about them. You can have a trip that shows you were wrong the entire 40 fucking years. And trips like that, people don't want to face, so then they go on an ego trip instead, fight it, and then continuously not grow. Like, they stop themselves from growing, just like any other person in a religion, that if you're religious, you're not allowed to question the scripture. You're not allowed to question anything. And if you can't question anything, then how do you really know anything? Because you just know what was written, what was said. You don't know what you read. What you read is not what you know. What you experience is what you know. So if you read something and you think you understand what you read, maybe you do. But you don't understand what those actual words are because someone wrote those words down based on their own actual experience with it. So they just wrote it down. And humans use metaphors, similes, ideas. We have no idea how to explain what we're actually in contact with, what psychedelics actually are, or actually explain a real spiritual experience. So it's that thing. That, man, I fucking follow that Terrence McKenna quote. Don't follow gurus. Follow plants. Fuck gurus. Fuck me, bro. Fuck everybody. Like, don't follow any of us. We don't know what we're talking about for you. We only know what we're talking about for ourselves. Because we have been on our own journey. We have been on our own thing. Like, and it's helped me. But if somebody lived my life, if somebody did what I am doing, it could fuck up their reality. Because they don't believe in themselves, or maybe they don't believe in the thing as much, or maybe whatever. And that little bit of lack of belief that they would have, that I have more of, is why I'm able to live my life the way I live it. Because I actually believe the shit. I'm actually just in the thing. I'm in it, and I'm just talking about what I am in. Other people see the thing that other people are in, and then they talk about the thing that they see other people are in. But like I said, I don't know what's right for other people. I don't know. I truly don't. I just, this is why I stopped calling myself a modern day shaman, because one, I don't give people DMT anymore and shit, but like, two, because y'all's expectation of what you think a shaman is so 19th century that I'm sitting here like, I'm talking about modern day shaman. I'm talking about when the shamans are dead. And I know that's harsh, but it's facts. I am thinking far ahead in the future when the shamans and the Native American traditions are dead. When they're gone. Because ayahuasca retreats, that's not a real Native American tradition. They didn't have fucking $1,000 retreats. That's not real. This is all fake. Fake shamanism, fake this and fake that. Real shamanism had nothing to do with natives. I mean, the Siberians created, shamans. The shaman word was a Siberian shamanism, and like Asia as well. Like, I don't know, like it's a universal term, but we call it psychonaut now. But this is why I'm saying words don't mean anything. These words aren't real. It's, are you actually the thing? Are you doing the thing? And are you speaking about what you're doing? Without any hesitation whatsoever. Like, I don't care what people think about me. I don't give a shit. If I want to call myself a modern day shaman, I'm going to do that because I actually can back it the fuck up. And without an ego, because I don't care. I don't care. I also don't care about having ego. I don't care if I have an ego or if I don't. I'm not trying to kill my ego. I'm just trying to be real. And I'm trying to be a human. And I'm trying to be me. And the universe gave us a consciousness and an ego. So what do you think? You're supposed to just get rid of half of one and keep the other? Or you got to get to know all of yourself, and you got to get to control all of yourself, and you got to humble yourself, and you got to learn. And but as you learn, don't think that you're better than everyone else, because all you did was learn information. That doesn't make you better. That doesn't, you're going to die too, just like everybody else. And if you were an asshole, that's shitty. You're still going to have problems. It doesn't matter if you were a priest. You think those priests that touch little boys and shit, you think that you think they're okay because they're priests? No, they're going to have to fucking deal with some shit when they die. Like, so I think it's the same thing. That I don't care if you're a psychedelic god that, like, came here. I don't care if you've made millions. I don't care if you've changed millions of people's lives. I don't give a fuck if... I don't care if you're the next Jesus. None of that matters to me. It matters, are you a good person? I don't care how much knowledge you have. Are you actually trying to help people, or are you just trying to put people down? Are you trying to stand on a pedestal to make yourself feel like, oh, I am the thing? Because we all want to be the thing. I know, because I'm a human and I'm able to admit that I feel the same thing everyone else feels. Like, I want power. My ego wants Mark Dreams to do it. I did it. These are my theories, my ideas, my this, my that, and shut up. There ain't nothing that's mine. It's all borrowed from the Ethernet of the universe. It's all borrowed from the quantum field. And that's all we are, is the universe is one giant radio player, and we're all just different stations on that radio player. And like, I don't know. I just think you gotta figure out your own ideas of what we are. If you agree with the radio thing I just said, fuck yeah. If you don't, fuck yeah. Like, I don't want you to agree with me. I don't want to convince anybody. I just want y'all to know that this is what I believe. This is how I live my life, and this is just what is for me.